Guys, so my name is Sherwin and then we have Oshan over here and we are back after a small break from filming because things got quite hectic initially. But anyways, we are back to filming and that's the most important part. And what we have for you all today
is South Asia's first ever STI-7 and of course Sri Lanka's first ever STI-7 in all its glory. So without any further delay,
let's shift into gear and let's get right into it. So the engine bay of the stunning STI-7 and Oshan is going to give us a small briefing and I will obviously add on to it.
So this of course has an EJ20 4-cylinder, 2-liter 4-cylinder like every other.
Typical Subaru engines.
Yeah, and so I'm going to look at the phone because there are so many things.
There's so much of stuff that needs to be said and it's hard to memorize all of them obviously. So
anyways, so first off the turbo, it's a hybrid turbo. It's a Kinugawa 20G hybrid turbo. So
yes,
a hybrid turbo is basically an electronically assisted turbo. When the fuel pressure gets low, the electronic motor pretty much in the turbo itself powers up to give the desirable
amount of boost. Yes.
Yeah. So that's the hybrid turbo. Now that turbo has an adjustable base gate and also it is capable of pushing around 550 horsepower.
So this has around 550, but it's definitely capable of pushing out much more.
So, and now but this is limited to 550. Obviously.
Exactly. So Oshan, I can see a bunch of Zero Sports bits. What are those about?
So yeah, Zero Sport, there are a bunch of Zero Sport stuff starting off with the radiator, the intercooler, and also moving on we have the air intake which is Zero Sport again, and also a carbon fiber meter pod. Yeah.
And also I can see a tiny gauge here.
Oh yeah, this is the FPR, and FPR is a fuel pressure regulator.
Yes.
And that basically controls the pressure of the fuel that goes into the injectors. So the car can be fast if you want. More fuel means it's faster, less fuel means it's slower obviously.
Yeah, and let's say your FPR regulator is down, your fuel pressure regulator is damaged, that could mean that your car wouldn't run as well and it would burn on petrol so bad. It wouldn't be fuel efficient.
And the engine would misfire.
So those are some of the symptoms, that saying that your FPR is damaged. So moving on, Oshan, if you come over here maybe, so we can see that there's a nice.
That air goes into the intercooler. That's Zero Sport as well. And also talking about the hood over here, it is a charged speed carbon fiber hood.
It's all carbon fiber, but then it's not exposed carbon fiber because it has been painted on to match the body color, which I kind of like. What do you think of it? Do you prefer exposed carbon fiber?
I prefer exposed carbon fiber. Imagine this hood in black and the car being this color. That would look really sexy.
I'm 50-50 on it.
And also okay, Bagai. Your thoughts?
My thought on the Bagai. Well, to be honest with you, I'm not a huge fan of it. Okay, but I must say that this car is nice. But if I were to get a Subaru, which I won't get one anytime soon, I wouldn't go for a Bagai. I would probably go for the STI-6 or an STI-9. That's for sure. STI-9, STI-6. And then
STI-6. This is STI-7.
Yeah, it's STI-7. Yes, but I don't know.
Yeah,
STI-6
I like the Bagai.
Looks much better, but this Bagai is quite nice. And if you move down lower, we have a carbon fiber air intake. So that's obviously to keep the temperatures down low to a minimum, which is always a good thing. Yeah. What is about the engine, Oshan? Before we have STI strut bar in front here.
STI, there are a bunch of STI pink parts as well.
Yes.
And also the exhaust is STI Genome. We'll talk about that when we go.
Yes, and we have also spoken about the Genome exhaust system in a bunch of our previous reviewed cars as well. Okay, now let's talk more in detail about this stunning STI-7. I do not fancy the car, but we'll talk about it because we have to.
Because I like it.
Whatever. Anyways, so moving on to the most important stuff, we have some RPF1 NK 17-inch wheels with some some very good brakes as well, some Brembo brakes as well, and also these have some fully adjustable. This also has a fully adjustable HKS suspension system.
Ignore everything. It's Sri Lanka.
It's Sri Lanka, man. You can't do shit. It's like you can't have shit in Chicago, you can't have shit in Sri Lanka. So
right, moving on
without dragging on this any longer than we have to.
All right, so it has Cusco rear strut bar and also Cusco rear and front anti-sway bars.
Yes.
And also HKS fully adjustable suspension like I mentioned
before.
That. Yeah. Anyways, moving on, there are a bunch of STI pink parts that has been fitted onto this car, which we will now put a list in the screen so y'all can pause and look at it.
You can check them out for the interest of y'all can fast forward 5 seconds. And
if you don't want to look at it.
Yeah, exactly. Up to you. We can't tell you what to do. Anyways, moving on. It's a sedan, so 4 doors, more hose. Who wouldn't want that?
Not for Sherwin.
Not for me.
It doesn't apply.
It doesn't apply for me.
Hence why he got a Mini Cooper.
Yes, so I did get a Mini Cooper, an auto one. Do not hate on me. It's an auto, fine. Maybe one day in the future, I might do
No,
a
no.
manual con-
What did he say before? He was like, no, I'm getting a manual car.
That was the plan, to get a manual car, but then life
Bro
happened.
got an automatic.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
convenience.
Moving on to the STI that I like and I admire. He
Mm-hmm.
doesn't apparently. So the side skirt, of course, adds on to the car as well.
It gives more of an aggressive look.
Yeah, like showing it.
Obviously,
Says always.
yeah. And
Now,
yeah.
what else do we have? So, what do you think about this STI 7 compared to the FA21 we did? The WRX. yeah.
WRX. So obviously I would prefer that more than this, but this is, I'm sorry owner, do not hate me. And anyways, so but that looks really good. But this this looks good in its own way. And in my opinion, I would say that the car isn't bad, no hate, good car, except for when the head gasket blows, because Subaru.
It's not funny anymore.
So I like the car. I know that you like the car, so I want to ask you that question.
So, if I like it, I do it.
Yeah, and we'll move on to the rest of the car. Okay, so I'm sat inside my Subaru, so comfy.
The Subaru apparently he doesn't like.
Okay,
Anyways,
so
I'm gonna get into it. You can just chill. Anyways, 6-speed short shift
with shift lights.
gearbox.
With shift lights.
With shift lights.
Yes.
And also rear LSD gearbox.
What's this?
What's a rear LSD gearbox?
There's a
Put
cup holder.
it.
There's a cup holder too.
Yeah, that's a cup
Practical.
holder.
Oh shit.
A Subaru being practical and a
Coin holder of some. Or
no,
card.
card
It's a card holder.
Card holder.
That's kind of cool.
All right. So here we have some gauges, carbon fiber,
Yes.
and you have the temperature gauges, boost gauges, and all.
Carbon
that.
fiber.
Carbon fiber. Anyways, now
Oh,
seats.
Very comfortable. They keep you snug. Like this fits me all right. Doesn't fit me well because I have small hips and my hips don't lie.
Yeah, they do.
But they do. So steering wheel, it's a 4-spoke Momo steering wheel as standard. Horn sounds goofy. Horn sounds extremely goofy, not gonna lie. And then you have your basic cluster. So it rests out at just 8,000 RPM at red lines at 8 and 9, whatever. And it has your dash which goes to all the way to 180, but this car can obviously go faster than that.
Yeah, but the speedometer only has 180. So what's the
What's
point?
the point? Yeah, there's no point. Now, so moving on, you have some basic controls. You have your headlight, you have your lamp control, headlight controls, you have your
Fog lamps.
fog lamps and all that good stuff. Automated mirrors and all that good stuff. Decent amount of cabin space on your side. You can fit your whatever you want. Your cigarette lighter, because all Subaru drivers need a cigarette lighter.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And a
That's the
vape,
thing.
and a vape probably from somewhere. And then you have a coin holder.
You know, that's the ashtray. He doesn't know.
I don't smoke, obviously. I don't
Yeah.
know.
But Sri Lankans use it as a coin holder or something.
Yeah, and
so-
then you have your mirror controls, your handbrake, and your 6-speed short shift gearbox.
So rear seats, what do you think about them?
They're pretty cool. They're sort of spacious, but then there's this massive transmission hub. So 2 people in the back, nothing more than 2. There'll be clusterfuck, obviously.
Yeah. Well,
Now speaking of the pedals.
oh
so-
yeah, the clutch. He
so
got to experience the clutch.
aluminium pedal set, and the clutch is extremely heavy. I don't know how the owner daily drives his car or drives his car on the day, any day of the
Any
week.
day, any day.
it's so stiff. It's mad. You have your basic head visors and sun visors
And
all
reading lamps, which is very practical for Subaru.
that. Yeah, and it has a cabin space and all that good stuff. And later on, I mean, for us later, but for you guys now, we'll add a small clip of the car and everything, like how it sounds and the lights on the gauge and whatever.
Yep.
Pretty good car, pretty nice. Steering wheel feels good to the touch.
Yeah. Only thing we can't do is drive the car.
Because the clutch is extremely. I would have driven this car today, but the clutch is extremely heavy, and I do not want
we
to.
don't wanna try it.
I do not want to stall the car like 3-4 times.
Especially, you know why? Because he drives an automatic.
No, I drive manual. The thing is, I got an automatic car, unfortunately. So I do not know what this switch is. I don't know. It has a red button on top, so I do not want to click it. Red buttons are never good.
It feels like a kill switch.
Yeah, seems that probably not. But anyway.
Probably. Oh no, wait. It could be because STI, the engine heats up a lot.
But then why would you want a kill switch to just off the car? Why would you want a kill switch? The car heats up, you off the car. You let the car rest.
He doesn't get it.
Oh,
It's
and
STI things.
Oh, and this carbon fiber
I actually
gauge
like it.
looks really nice. Yeah,
It kind of looks out of the place. Like,
it does feel odd because it's like the only carbon fiber bit on the interior. Yeah, and it feels out of place, but it gets the job done. So that's all that matters.
it's like stuck on.
Yeah, and the rear view visibility is really good. It's like your everyday car. The rear view visibility. Look,
Not like you guys can drive it, but yeah.
yeah.
Not like you guys can afford it either.
what color is your Subaru? They're obviously joking. I mean, you guys probably could. If you all did, and if you all did get a Subaru, DM us. We might review it if it's good enough. We are standards.
Welcome to the rear of the SCI7.
So first things first, it's a four-door sedan.
Ford,
So
he was going to say Ford Focus.
yeah, so we have to talk about practicality. Oh my God.
So Shian can fit. Our cameraman, come here, Shian.
Come, Shane, come. Hold on. Leave your cameras and come fast, man. Quickly, come, you bugger. Go inside. Dude, we're trying to show them practicality. Pull on. They're good. You can. Okay, so jokes aside, this car is very practical. No joke. It's actually quite practical. And the angle of the hood where it opens, it's easy to load stuff in
It's
and
a
out.
sedan. Any sedan would be like this. Anyways, don't listen to Sherwin. So this is carbon fiber.
Carbon fiber.
And also it has an SCI Genome exhaust as well, which like well, what's the car that had the SCI Genome exhaust?
The B4.
The B4, yeah.
Yes.
And another car we did, I think.
So
Okay,
yes,
so what do you think
Bunch
about
of
the look?
The rear end looks so basic. It looks so basic. The rear end looks basic.
I mean, there are no SCI badging or anything here, so it's a kind of like a. If you look at it from the back,
It's like one of those old WRXs.
yeah, he's saying it's one of those old WRXs. But anyways, if you look at it from the back, it looks like a base model Impreza. I think.
Yeah.
The 1.5
It's
liter
like
model.
a girl. So the girl has like she has like something good in the front, but her back is so flat.
No. Don't unsubscribe. Okay,
Please
y'all
don't
have
unsubscribe. Please
for
don't.
me.
Please don't.
Please,
For him, don't unsubscribe because of him. Not the problem.
Okay, Sarakara Drive.
I'll maintain my boundaries next time.
I forgot what I was going to say.
So yeah, it's pretty much standard and the carbon fiber as Oshan mentioned.
Okay, anyways,
before.
I prefer an SCI badge here.
Yeah,
I think
it would look better. Okay, so guys, we're done with the review. I mean, our first review in a couple of months, 2 months, but we have been uploading vlogs. So if you guys haven't checked those out, you can go check them out. Anyway, so we're done with this stunning STS7. I mean, it is nice, but not my favorite. Once again.
Anyways, special thanks to Mr. Himakar for bringing the car out for us.
Yeah, and it's not easy taking the car up because, like he just told us, now the car does not do good on petrol with our current petrol crisis. It's
And the price
awful.
as well.
Yeah, it's not an easy car to maintain. So huge thanks to him for taking time off his day to bring the car out so that we can film and show it to you guys. And also subscribe to our channel, YouTube channel, obviously Streets of Salon, obviously. Turn on the bell notification, bell icon to stay tuned for more uploads such as these, and hit that like button also. And next up, check out our Instagram page Streets of Salon for TikTok Streets of Salon as well to see pictures and TikToks of this beautiful car.
Akari by SOC. That's
Yeah,
something
so
new.
Akari, that's something new which we have made while we were during our downtime. So it's like a small club where we take our cars out and we drive. We actually drive. We don't go and
So
park
if you
our
have a cool
cars.
car,
DM us
Akari
on-
by SOC.
Yeah, DM Akari by SOC. Links in the description. That's pretty much it. And once again, we'll see you guys in the next one. Streets of Salon signing out as always. Peace.